In this video, I'm up on Dartmoor and I'm going to be riding a special trail. It's around the Bellever Forest and goes over Bellever Tor. Although you're not meant to cycle over Bellever Tor, you might want to just walk up that bit, as it is only a footpath. What is worth knowing is if you remember at Holden Forest, you get free access to Bellever Forest, which is their version of Holden Forest there. Although it's more meant for walking, there's loads of cycle trails around there in Dartmoor, but it's not based on cycle trails, so there's not dedicated ones which they have made. So here is the map, and the brownish lines that I've added is the way that we had to go due to an issue which you will soon see. The orange lines are the way that we should have gone, and that's the way that the trail would usually go. So straight away we ran into an issue, a dead end. So here we had to cut through the woods, so I'm sure there's probably a right way round the woods, but we just cut through it as we couldn't find the path, as on the map it was a bit outdated, I think. So after getting to the other sides of the woods, we had some downhill. So going along the trail, there's a few jumpy features which you can go over, like this bridge which you just saw me go over. That was quite good, but you have to be careful as on the other side the drop is quite big, and I thought it might have been a bit smaller as I didn't even go and check it, so just be careful for the smaller things like that. So for the people who watch my channel regularly, you might be able to tell I'm on a different bike. So I filmed this video quite a long time ago now, about 6 months ago, and I was looking through footage, seeing what to upload, as currently it's raining a lot outside, and it's been raining a lot today, so I couldn't really go out and ride. So I decided to put together this film, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it. And I hope you found it useful, or find it useful. So earlier I mentioned about something which could stop us from going on, and that thing was the stepping stones. So along the way there are a few stepping stones over this river, and it wasn't the best day because earlier that day it was absolutely tipping it down. So the river was absolutely full with loads of water. Although we might have been able to get across, it might not have been so safe, and we might potentially drop the bikes in the river. So that's why we had to turn around and go up Bellever Tor. So now we're going to be going around and then following the orange route on the map. A lot of climbing later, we arrive at the top, and then we can go and find Bellever Tor and then go over it and then have the fun downhill at the very bottom of Bellever Tor. So once I got back up that hill, which was quite steep, which I went down and you saw me going down with the bridge, I had to then go up half of Laughter Tor, and then there was a bend where there was a fence, then you have a little bit more uphill and you should get to the section which I'm just riding down now. So this section you have to pedal quite a lot as it's quite flat, and today, well the day I was riding it was very windy, so I had to pedal extra. Although plus size tyres are very grippy, they're absolutely horrible pedalling up hills and pedalling on grass because they're so thick and they're so hard to pedal. So now we're at the brick wall where you'll turn right along the brick wall until you get. The only thing about going up Bellever Tor the day I did was that it was very windy up there, so it was pretty cold. So here you can see some of the amazing views from the very top. So now you can see me going down the amazing downhill. Although it's not so good if you're on a cheaper bike which doesn't have suspension, I recommend trying to cycle as much of it as you can, as you get some amazing speed for the next bit, because at the bottom it flattens out. So I recommend getting some speed so then you don't have to pedal too much. So now you can probably tell it's getting less rocky, and it's staying about the same steepness, so you can get some good speed here for the next bit. There are quite a few jumps along the way which you can take, and they're quite fun to do, as you can get some good air depending on the speed you're going down. So while you're going down here, you get amazing views. So as you can probably tell in the distance, you can see the path that you're going to be going down. I think this is really nice, as while you're whizzing down the trail, you can have some glances at the amazing view ahead of you and where you're going. So sadly, now you've reached the bottom of the downhill, you have to do some pedalling. Although it's not loads, it's slightly annoying as you've got a nice downhill, but it can't be that bad because it's pretty much flat. So now let's continue. So after you've got to the very bottom of the downhill, there'll be this big puddle zone, or a big zone where there's a gate, and then you will turn right off that, continue along there for a little bit, take another right, you'll go through another gate, and it'll be a bit rocky around there. And then you'll join straight onto a road and continue along that road for a little bit, turn right, and then you'll join straight back to where you started. And you might recognise this area, and it's the car park. Overall, I really enjoyed this trail, and I can't wait to go back and do the proper trail, as I've seen some videos and it looks really good. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the alternative route to the trail that I might be doing sometime. And I'll see you in my next video next week, hopefully. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.